Okay, can you guys hear me? Another rough start. I got the camera all cockeyed and good night. Let's see what's happening here. I'm telling you. So now I can't even see myself on my camera window to see myself live. I'm just watching myself on Ustream, so I'm operating in a blind 30-second lag. This ought to be good. Sweet Lord. Eileen! You knucklehead. You didn't know I was streaming tonight? Well, I'm so glad you lucked on here. Oh my gosh. I was like, what the hell? I got a fraud alert. Oh, wait a minute. Let me back up to let everybody know if they're watching this on YouTube. This is a live. It was recorded live on ustream.tv on my Inky Obsessions channel. There's a live chat going. So the broads in the box I'm talking to are my friends that are on the online chat. You can learn a lot in the chat and have a lot of laughs in the chat. So please feel free to join us next time. Anyway, it was like 10 minutes of 7, and I was like, oh my God, it's 10 minutes to 7. I gotta get downstairs. And my phone went off at about it was probably about 6:30. I got a text saying I had a fraud alert on my Visa card. So I thought, what the hell? So I had to call and take care of that and shut down that card. And then all of a sudden I was looking, oh my God, it's 6:50. So I came down, and then I got a message I'd never had gotten before that my webcam, I couldn't open my webcam because it was being used by another application. Like, what the hell? But, Jean, so because I was watching Gina's stream previously, would that have tied up my webcam? Just because I was watching her on Ustream? What's a Fraggle alert? Oh, anyway, hi everybody. I'm a little flustered. First, I get bullied into having to stream tonight. Won't mention any names. Eileen. And then I had the little thing going on with my Fraggle alert. And got that straightened out. Then I had my camera problems. I thought, sweet Lord. So I'm totally ill-prepared. And I had this tray that I brought down here and some recent things that I got. So I'll just, while I'm killing time and getting myself into the groove, I'll show you what I've got and what I've done with a couple odd things here. I watched a Jennifer Maguire video. I love her. And even though I'm not a card maker, she's got a lot of, in general, tips, a lot of good storage advice and all that. I didn't even say hi to you guys. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Paula, Vicky, Rain, Jen, Pam, Mitzi. Everybody else I missed. I think I saw Erica. I'm really lost without my live window. That's where I watch and make sure I'm in frame. And all that good stuff. Open record window. I wonder what that'll do. Sweet Lord. Open the record window. Will stop your broadcast. Ah! Don't want to do that. I better just keep going with what I got. Hey, Jean down the street. Oh no, I hope we don't have a stream like we did with Paula the other day with all that stuff that was out of sync. That was a hoot. Paula, I don't know if you realized it or not, but we were just, I started it, I guess, when you were going to do your drawing. Because we were so out of sync, as soon as you said about the drawing, I started just throwing random numbers out there. And then everybody else started throwing them out there. And you hadn't even said go. And then we were so out of sync with the audio and the video that when you, before you even said go or typed go, you showed your, I don't know, Rafflecopter or random.org, whatever app you were using. You showed that and said, it showed the winning number of 28 before you even said go. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to pee myself laughing. So that was a hoot. Patty's a troublemaker. What did I do? I'm missing up on now I'm not even watching the stream. Well, I am probably, but oh yeah, from what I was just saying. Oh, neat. See, I told you, a little off, girls. So, Jennifer McGuire had these tips about putting these little needle nose things on stuff like glossy accents. Right, you've seen these tips before. They're off those fine line bottles. And they are a fine tip. And they have this needle on the cap. But she did say in her video, yeah, I'm in the corner, Carrie. I need a dunce cap too. Oh, I'd like to have a mixed media dunce cap. Paula, can you whip something up? She did mention in her stream that if you choose to use this tip on the glossy accents, that it takes a lot of hand pressure. Now, I'm no little prima ballerina, let me tell you. And I was honking on this sucker and took everything I had to get the least little bit out of there. I would only suggest using this size tip for this product if you need the tiniest, and I'm telling you, oh, now it's not even coming out. The tiniest hairline of this stuff. There we go. I don't know if you can even see that. It's very, I mean, it's for little tiny dots, maybe. Even to make a stream, it's very hard to get a string of that going. So I'm going to get rid of this lid, wash it out. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to let it sit and let it harden, and I'm not near water. Get in there, baby. Oh, sweet Lord. Ah. There we go. Plug that back up. So then she also mentioned, hey, Matt, Bliss, Sandra. Hey, guys. This other brand tip, and it's from, where's it from? Oh, this one was from Simon Says Stamp. Oh, crap. This isn't the one I thought I had. Okay, well, she had another set of tips from another company, and I don't remember, of course, what that company was. But it was more along the lines of this size of a tip for this Glossy Accents product. So basically, you order these little bottles, and you take the cap off, chuck the bottle, and screw this back onto one of the other. And I think this one's too small for these. It's the other, no, yeah, it's the other cap I'm waiting for. That's too small. But basically, you just take a pair of pliers or something, and I don't want to do it because I don't want to lose my cap. Oh, here's one that's glued itself to my work paper. And you just pull this part of the cap out, just twist it, and it pops out of your jar, bottle, whatever this is, and allows you to screw on, you know, the other cap that you want to use. So, still waiting for those other caps to come in. Now, I forget what she said these were. Oh, these were good for. She uses this Ranger Matte Medium, and I didn't have any of this particular brand, and that is very secure. Yeah, this is the blue one. That's the 20 gauge. So that's smaller. One of those things like golf. The higher the gauge number, the smaller the hole or wire size. I never drink coffee at night, but when you guys are streaming with coffee, it just makes me crave coffee so bad I thought I'd bring a cup down here. Okay, well, Mama must be fairly weak tonight because I can't tear plastic. Hang on, let me get my skizzers. There we go. Ah. There we go. So now, get rid of some of this crap. Yeah, this is a fine line tip on this one, Buttercup. That's what this brand is. So this little multi-medium is what she suggested getting these caps for. Oh, I got to take out the... Oh, look, live demo. So you just grab this, get a good bite on it, and just turn it sideways. Viola, you got your cap out. Then you put this puppy on there. Let's see. I don't want to waste too much of this, but oh, and it's got a little thing here on the side. I don't know if you can see that, where you can store that cap to kind of keep it up out of your way. You're not fighting it the whole time. And you get a really nice fine line, or fine little dots with the matte medium. Now I hope I'm in frame because I can't see my live camera to get an idea 30 seconds before you see it, so I can fix it. But we're going to have to, that's going to be a crapshoot tonight. So there's that. So I got a couple of those because I thought I should have them. And then I decided to keep, oh, I was changing out air fresheners, those Febreze air fresheners, the plug-ins. And I took the cap off of one of them. I thought, oh, look, a little handle for a little circle maker. So I'll put that in my little drawer of tricks over here for my mark makers. Those bottles, Rain, I got it. They're called Quilled Creations Precision Tip Applicator Bottle. And I got them at Simon Says Stamp. Yeah, I was on Gina's stream only because I came to look at getting set up on my stream before I came downstairs, and I saw she was live. Oh no, that's not right. I was looking at my email and saw that she went live when I was looking at the fraud protection stuff, which somebody also tried to charge $84 through my credit card through PayPal. I don't think so. So anyway, there's those little tips. Put this away. This one's going to get changed out because I didn't eat my spinach today, so that ain't happening. Yeah, Gina has a YouTube channel too, Paula, and does a lot of videos. It's Gina, Gina, middle initial B, last name Ahrens, A-H-R-E-N-S, I believe. I don't know what that is. Junk mail. So, and speaking of Gina, here's her stamps. She's got some new stamps out through Rubber Moon. And I ordered one sheet. And I love this feather. That's why I had to order this sheet. They're awesome. But she is selling these in her Etsy shop, and this is her name. And that's the name of her Etsy shop. And they're deep red rubber. They're just the same manufacturer that makes mine, Rubber Moon. So these are fabulously drawn and detailed. They're really beautiful. So you should check out her stamps. This is a little card that my friend Ellen sent me. It says, "It's good to know you have my back. I've got the front. We're pretty much covered." With a little note. I thought that was cute. And I just had these. This was a tray of miscellaneous stuff I was throwing on here as I came down. I kept hearing about these Pilot friction pens, so of course I had to try a set. And they're erasable, right? So you can write on here, and then this little rubber tip doesn't feel like a conventional eraser. It feels like hard plastic. It doesn't even really give, but erases pretty darn well. See that? So I thought I had to have them, but what I don't like about them, and let me show you more close up, is you don't get a full coverage. It looks better on this one than it did on the black one. I only used the black one before. But it's not a really dark, hey, Fairy Floss. Hey, Jay, Kate. They are nice stamps, Paula. They really are pretty. It's not a real dark, I don't know if that's going to show up. Again, with the not being able to see myself live, I don't know when I'm hitting the right angle for the light or not. You'll just have to trust me on that one. I like a pen that makes a cleaner, darker, not that that's not a clean mark. That's not the way to describe it. It's not, you can like see, if you could see this real clearly, which I don't think you can on this camera, it looks like the ball is actually dragging and leaving a little gutter of color that's not as dark in the center of the line. Does that make sense? Anyway, it sort of makes sense in my head. But they do erase really well. So if that's not an issue for you, and they erase, like, it's gone. I mean, it pretty much takes it off of there. So anyway, I just had those to bring down and put in my little pen stash, which I will do later. And this bag is, well, let me get rid of some of this other stuff. This was just a copy of the Cloth, Paper, Scissor magazine that my article's in, that I had extra upstairs. I was bringing it downstairs. But, what the hell? Forgot my page number. Oh, 66. It's almost a sign of the devil. There's my article. But anyway, it's an extra copy, so I just brought that down to put with my stuff and get it out of the way. This is just a magazine that my friend Donna brought over for me to read up on businessy stuff with art. This was my last year's Inky Obsessions calendar that I did with my art on the pages that I just didn't want to trash, so I wanted to bring that down and put that in the stash. Empty bottle. And this is just another brush. I was watching Paula doing her watercolors and her, what's the name of that pen? The pen, you know, that bleeds the purple and blue and green, pinky colors. Ah, Elegant Writer. And I liked the look of the brush that she was using. And that was a 16. And I did get a 16, but this is the 10. So I got another little bit smaller brush. I didn't have that size for watercolor or anything close to it, really. I don't really watercolor, but I keep seeing you guys messing with the Kuretake and the what's that other one on the paper? Oh my god, I just drew a blank. Oh, they're right here. These. Peerless. Right? These babies. And I have all these and I never use them. So I gotta use them. So anyway, Dave and I went down to Ocean City, Maryland the weekend of the, I think it was the 13th. They have a big St. Patrick's Day weekend. And I do, Paula, this is a watercolor tray. It's actually a butcher's tray. That's what they call them. But I saw, I think it was Dee Dee was using one of these. And I've always wanted to get one of these to play with as a palette. So I did. I found it on Amazon. So I got it. And now I have it for whenever I might decide to play more with my watercolors. So that was that in the pile. And this little bag of goodness, Dave and I got on our trip down to Ocean City. My friend Don and I went over to the Eastern Shore of Maryland and went to Y River Crafts, I think it was called. Just over the Bay Bridge on the Eastern Shore in past Kent Narrows, if that means anything to anybody. It will to Jean, homeschool Jean. We had been in there a few months ago, and she had this huge, long table with all these, what do they call them, the printer's trays with all the little tiny sections in them. And they had, instead of having to buy a pack of embellishments, you could pick out like penny candies. One of this, one of that, one of this. And I got a whole bunch of stuff, and I used a lot of it on my boxes. Oh, you were born in Salisbury. Oh, cool. So, anyway, we stopped in there to see if I could get some more of the same. And they were out a couple things that I wanted. I don't know if you saw that one tile square flat piece that I had on an easel. I sold it on Etsy, actually. It had a silver crescent moon on one side and had a silver, it was a very basic goddess shape, like a female's body with her arms up over. I'd lay it on the desk and show you, but it's not going to be pretty. Yep, the Eastern Shore. So, anyway, here's a couple little ditties that I got. And I don't know what these are, but I used them when I did my boss's tile box for him. It looked kind of masculine, like a nautical light or something. It's got a separate little piece of clear plastic stuff. What's that called? Lucite, maybe? I don't know. So I got a couple of those. And I got a couple of these little frames that I'm going to use to try to do a transfer on polymer clay and put a little frame around whatever it is I transfer. And I got these little steampunk little goodies because I like steampunky stuff. And I'd gotten these before. I put a couple of these on my boss's box too. So I got some of those, 4 of those. And then I love these. I use these on the boxes all the time. And they remind me of the Tim Holtz little sayings, but they're just words. But they're all, you know, little positive. Remember, happiness, moments, fun, explore, love, you know, bliss, that kind of stuff. So I got a bunch of those. I really like those. And they're flat on the backs. They go right on the boxes with a little glossy accent, but I'm in business. So let me get these out of the way. And we shall continue. Oh, here's my box of goodies. Got a couple laying on the top here that I pulled out for a project and then went another direction apparently. Didn't have the time or take the time to put them away. So there's all kind of goodies in here. My steampunk keys and, you know, all kind of stuff I get from different places. But I keep them in a little box. Get those put away. I need a better organization system because it's all in one, you know. I know I got something in there. Huh, try and find it. But look at these teeny little spoons. And keys. Aren't they cute? 2 of my favorite little ornaments to decorate with. Spoons and keys. Hey, Paige. So, I forget who it was. Was it Bliss? That said something about doing a collage. So, for lack of any other better idea or suggestion, I think I'll do a collage. I need one so I can cut it up. I put little, I don't know if they're ATC size or not. I've never been an ATC person, but I think they are. Like 2x3 or something. I just send them in with anybody that orders from my Etsy shop and put them in there. So let me get on the collage path and get a collage frame of mind and see what I need here. I think I'll use this. This is Strathmore watercolor 300 series. Oh no, this is palette paper. What the hell? I got the wrong stuff. Bristol. Okay. Okay, I rearranged and hid the stuff from me. Let's try that again, shall we? 12 sheets, 11 by 15, 140 pound cold press. So I've used this a lot of times to do collages on. Listen, thunder. We're supposed to get snow this weekend. I'm sure it won't be anything that accumulates, but give it a break. This is Maryland, people. It was 70-some degrees here yesterday evening. We had I had my boss's had a retirement party here for him at the house yesterday, and we drug every chair in the house, I think, out on the deck. We had, I don't know, 15 people or so came over, and we had a good time, but we were all sitting out. It was like 75. I was actually breaking a sweat and having a hot flash, But it was the first day around here that it was decent enough to sit outside, and everybody was loving it. So we had that day, and now they're calling for snow. Yay! I'm going to get rid of this one with the big lumps of the glue on there. Okay, these are a little curled, so I'm going to flip those over because I don't like messing with the curls. Now, I got to think about what color do I want to do? Oh, I didn't allow links, did I? Hang on. Sorry, guys. Okay, links are on. Crusty bits. I got plenty of crusty bits that I've got collage. Oh, you know what? My favorite color. And here's that piece of paper I made for that canvas I did. Remember that triangular canvas that I did? Which, by the way, I was in Michael's the other day, and I was telling him about the canvas. Again, nobody has a flipping clue what I'm talking about. So now I'm going to have to drag. They asked me to bring one in. The only one I have left is the 4-foot one. So I have to drag that thing in there and go with that. But I think I'll use this as inspiration and go with a palette, a muted palette like this. I think that's what I'll do. Okay. So, oh my God, AJ, I'm telling you, I could take down an igloo in 10 minutes. It's not pretty. I'm going to hang on one second. I'm going to close the door to upstairs. I hear Dave talking to the pups, which I'm glad because now he can at least talk without choking. He was really bad. For those of you who don't know, he's got pneumonia. We just got his blood work back. His white cell count was double what it should be, so they want him to stay home from work again next week until his meds are, he's taking his whole prescription of antibiotics and go back and have more blood work repeated and see where he is then, and then talk about going back to work. So, I have to do that. I have to do that, AJ. They look at me funny when I crawl in the freezer section at the Safeway, but until they know it, until they know the feeling, hell with them. Yeah, it's not good. So, he's doing much better because I just heard him talking to the pups. He couldn't do that a couple days ago. As soon as he would try to talk, he would wheeze. Y River Designs, that's it, Graysonville. That's the one, Jean, thank you. He would start to wheeze and choke and couldn't catch his breath and had to use his rescue inhaler a couple times. He's like a freaking tank, though. If you looked at him, you wouldn't think he was sick because he doesn't complain. You know, a lot of men are kind of sissies. And they get a hangnail and they're like out for a week and oh my God, I can't do anything. Not him. Bless his heart. So, okay, what am I doing? Let me get some paints out. Hold that thought. Yeah, I don't want that in there. Nah, no green. I don't want green with that. That maybe? A little bit of that maybe? Do those. I want to kind of make it a muted. I don't know how I'm getting into this muted palette deal. See, Carrie? Bright aqua green. That's what I was telling you about earlier. I have that out already, don't I? Yes, 2 bright aqua greens. Okay, and let's do a little bit of this stuff. All right. So, I'm just going to start. I just got a bunch of similar colors here. And my gray and some white. So I'm stuck on that theme for some reason. Oops, look, got a little schmutz on my paper already. The collage is going to get covered up, but I'm going to turn it over anyway. So, oh, let me go get my water bucket. I am very ill prepared. Sorry, guys. I'll be right. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, coming back around. Last night, I told you it got so warm. It got so warm that it was like 77 degrees in the house. We had to turn the air conditioning on last night. Couldn't stand it. And then this morning got up and was freezing again. Turn the heat back on. Sweet Mary, somebody make up their minds. So, okay, get my edibles out of the way here, my drinkables. I'll turn on my little heater now, speaking of being chilly. A little chilly down here. How do I want to start, pray tell? Maybe a little brayerage. Yep, wrong drawer. Use my little Tim Holtz sprayer for this. I'm not wild about this sprayer. Anyway, it works. Okay, a little paper palette. Now I need the paper palette again. I'm telling you, I'm all discombobulated. And for somebody with one boob, that's a lot of combobulating there. All right. Get a little color down. Oh, I want to tell you guys, one of the appetizers that I made, this is the Raindrop Joe Sonia again. I found it online. I don't even know what I was Googling, what kind of recipes I was Googling, apps I think. And it's called Bloomin' Onion Bread. Bloomin' Onion Bread? Is that what it was? Yeah, I think it was Bloomin' Onion Bread. That stuff was good. It calls for a loaf of sourdough. I went to Panera. They only had the long, skinny loaves. And then you cut it all this way, like half-inch little separation slices. Not all the way through the bread, like, you know, a little bit off the bottom. Cut it down, but not through the bottom of the bread. Then go this way. So you got all these little fingers sticking up like a bloomin' onion. If you've ever been to Outback and know what I'm talking about, how they cut those onions for their appetizers. Then you melt butter. Chop up a bunch of spring onions. Garlic, salt, pepper, and poppy seeds. Melt the butter so it's liquid. Then you take a block of Monterey Jack cheese, slice it up, and shove it down in between all the separations between the little sprigs of bread. And then pour that liquid butter mixture all over it. Wrap it in foil. Bake it for 15 minutes. And then uncover it and bake it for another 10 to make sure the cheese melts all the way through it. Hello, lover. Oh, that was good. Dave and I polished off some of it this morning, or this afternoon rather. Yeah, so anyway, here we go with some little bit of rain. Little raindrops. I'm going to kind of do a Ellen Smith Vargo brayerage kind of thing here. My friend Ellen. just get a little color going. And this is all mostly going to get covered up. I don't know why I even do this, because at the end you'll say, why the hell did she do that? And the answer is, she doesn't even know. She has no clue why she did it. I'm going to put just a little bit of this dark down. This is another Jo Sonja Stillwater, it's called. A little bit of that. I'm just going to go real lightly with this. Hit a couple little spots here and there. I think that's enough of that one. It's enough of you. And let me brighten it up a little bit with some of this. Warm up. That's what it is, Linda. Thank you. Oh, sorry. I didn't have a stroke. I'm reading the stream. Okay, and a little bit of, look, bright aqua green. Huh. Oops. This actually looks, I'm not sure this is actually going to be a good choice, but I'm going to do it anyway to brighten it up some, because that's what I'm going to do. That's who I am. I'm a little risk taker. Look at that. How risky. All right. Oh, my hands are freezing. Not good. Oh, I was wondering what you're talking about there, AJ, and I missed what was going on with Cass, so hope everything's okay. You know, Paula mentioned a couple times briefly, and we haven't really chatted about it again, but we were chatting on Facebook one evening, and I said, I was thinking about it, and I contacted her and said, you know, this is such a fun group online. Wouldn't it be cool if we could somehow try to get everybody together somewhere for like a, you know, a big play date? So, there are no plans past that. Very early talking stages, but it's something that Paula and I would like to do at some point, and I'm sure other people would like to. So, start saving your pennies. Cheap and cheerful, I think, is the way to go. We don't need to have some big elaborate thing for just us'ns, but Paula and I need to, you know, lean into that a little bit and try to come up with some ideas and get her done. Okay. Sitting with my hands in my armpits to warm them up is not going to get this done. Oh, collage is not going to make itself. Could you tell Sharipa she might have 2 windows open, needs to close the chat? Okay, Sharipa, is that, I hope I'm pronouncing it. You might have 2 windows open and you need to close one to be able to chat. That's from Carrie. So hopefully that makes sense. Nova Scotia. I knew that was going to be in the running. But what we need to do is also start thinking about a venue. Like, I mean, where could we go? Oh, you're welcome, Carrie. Like, where could it happen? Where could we go? And what's reasonable for everybody? And, I mean, it would be awesome if everybody could drive there, but that's probably not a possibility, but oh, Jean, do you mind if I make you moderator just in case we have a nut job join us again? I know, Eileen, I didn't mean you by that nut job comment. Oh, a cabin in Nova Scotia. Getting a little bit of dark in there. This graphite paint is really an odd bird. I started using this. You guys heard me talk about this before. Patty, my tags would be a great place. Oh yeah, Eileen, that's the Maritime Museum, right? You know what? I'm glad you said that again. I'm telling you, my brain is like a flippin' sieve anymore. I'm going to write that down right now. And I'm going to look into that. There's a maritime museum near where I used to work. It's only like 15 minutes from our house. And Eileen was telling me that she had been there years ago to a crop or some classes or something. And I know our group has used it before for meetings. Even Dave, for the federal government, they use it for some training. And they have all kinds of things there. So that would be... Huh. Good idea. So who would consider coming to Maryland? Actually, that's about where that Maritime Museum is about 10 minutes away. Not even, it's probably 5 minutes away from BWI Airport. Oh, a Titanic museum. Sounds like it's a happening place up there with the planetarium and all that. Ah. Oh, shoot. Gene, I'm trying to make you motivator. Moderator. Sweet Lord. Good Lord, I think, Zonder, I made you moderator by a slip of the cursor. Okay, what are we doing here? I'm not sure if I'm liking the way this is looking, to be honest. Let me get a little bit of white going in there. And again, I don't know why I care, because it's going to get covered up. Oops. Well, this seems silly. I took it from white to color, now I'm taking her back. I'm telling you, the old brain, she ain't what she used to be. Oh, so you can stay there too, Eileen. I didn't realize they had sleeping rooms. That's kind of awesome. I'm gonna have to make a trip, make an appointment, go over there, maybe talk to somebody, Paula, and get some information. What do you think? All right, let me set out some papers here. Remember these that I made that same night with that canvas? And food. Oh, it's like a one-stop shop. I wouldn't even have to bring everybody here afterwards and feed them. Although we could kick it off or have a wrap-up with a cookout here and have Dave cook for all of us on the grill. Ha! How about that? I think they're open all year, Paula. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure they are. Ooh, this one's yummy. Hello, yummy paper. That's got some PBOs on it. Oh, there's plenty of shopping. I can take a field trip to the Queen's Ink one day. And we have a huge Hobby Lobby not far. Michael's. Downtown in Baltimore, we have Utrecht and... what's the other one? It's not Dick... Is it Dick Blick? I don't think it's labeled Dick Blick. I think the... Hey, Anita. Hey, Bunny. Oh, yeah, Eileen. We could... Yeah, there's a lot of options we could do. So, I mean, seriously, you guys, start thinking about if that's something that you would like to consider doing. You know, we'll get her done. Because if we just talk about it, Patty, tell them about the wonderful crab restaurant that's around the corner from my... Oh, you know what? It's not really that wonderful, Eileen. I know who you mean. G&M. They're like known all over. People come in to visit us from all over the world. Oh, we want to go to that crab cake place. I'm telling you, I'm from Baltimore. My grandfather was a commercial crabber. We lived on the water. We crabbed. We picked our own crabs. Not great crab cakes. They are crab cakes and they are huge, but they're not a great crab cake. But I can take you someplace where they are really good. Yep, we can have, yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that we could do to plan, you know, maybe like have maybe like 3 days of classes and then have a shopping day or a free day if somebody wants to sightsee or go to Washington, D.C. for the day or go down the Inner Harbor for the day or whatever. Oh, Timbuktu, Jean, maybe that's what she's talking about. But down by the Maritime Museum, I would think G&M is what she was talking about. But I know where Timbuktu is too, right off 100. And I think they're a little bit better. But no, that's not where I meant. There's a couple places on the other side of the Beltway. I was born and raised in Dundalk. And there's a couple places over that way that have really, really delicious crab cakes. Okay. I don't even know what I have here. I'm going to grab a handful of scrap. Ooh, look at that. Remember that one? Hello, lover. Oh, yeah, I heard they are good. But you know what? I haven't been there, Jean, for their crab cakes. I'm going to have to go there. Ooh, I like this one. I wonder if I can work. I'm going to have to work that in somehow. I'm just going to do it. Ooh, there's some PBOs for you, Jean, with your green. That's a good idea, Jean, that we could stream for those who can't make the trip. See, I love the brainstorming ideas. Because, Laura, I'm telling you, you do not want this on my brain to figure it out. Those are some good ideas. Yeah. That's the right color. All right. Oops. Oh, I forgot about these. I could work some of this in. Oh, and look at this. Look at you. Hello, yummy. These are gigantic. Oh, and here's this little bit that I wiped my brushes off last time. Remember that? All right, Eileen, reel it back in. Okay. Here's the sheets that I used to make the shirts and the canvases. Remember that? I don't know if I need that or not. Oh, this one's good. Work a little bit of that in. Maybe a little bit of that in. bring in some more of these. Oh, look, here's a perfect little setup. Imagine that. I might put some of this 3D stuff on there. All right. All right, now this should be able to get me started, don't you think? Let me open another drawer here for make some more flat surface beside me to put this stuff. Good night. I really love my pictographs, I gotta say, if I gotta say so myself. The more I see them, the more I like them. I'm thinking that was a hell of an idea. All right. Now I'm all jazzed up about thinking about this Mariners Museum deal. That sounds like fun to me. Now I can't concentrate. Hey, you know what we should do, Paula? At the time when this kind of starts to take place, we could stream and have a little meeting with everybody. Okay. I'll just take a little, too much thinking and not enough doing. Let's just start hacking this sucker up and do something, people. Lordy. Looky there. There's a big old chunk right there. Just saying, tape me down somewhere, Patty. Glue me. Let me get my... Need a little sippage. I'm moving, Gene. I will have to make a call and go over there and have a little chit chat and get some pricing, and we'll have to see how that works with their policies and having to collect money for a deposit to get down there. You know, all that kind of crapola, all the not fun stuff that must be done. All right, let's see. Well, let's just start in the corner, shall we, since I got her squared off here. I have no plan. I like to just slap stuff down and stand back and see what happens. This is U-tricked matte medium that I'm using. I do the paper. This is heavier printmaking paper. I think it's 70 pound. Yeah, I usually had gone to a couple retreats a year for 3 or 4 years now. And it ends up being very expensive. And honestly, not really a retreat. It's just a place to go for classes. Until I went to Jody Oles, and I've told you guys this before. I went to Jody Ole, Jean Skipper, and Penny Arrowwood. Their Remy retreats, R-E-M-E, was in Ocracoke, North Carolina, out on the island. That was a retreat. But the other ones in Create, which I really liked because even though I didn't consider it a retreat, it was just a place to go for classes. They went belly up, apparently because of money. I mean, it's always all about the money, but they had some really good instructors. Julie Faye Van Balzer, Laurie Micah, Jody Ole, Michelle Ward. I mean, a really, great group. So it was really a nice place to be able to go to get those like higher end type instructors all in one place for a few days. And however, they are no longer. So I won't be going to there this year. And the other one I went to was Art and Soul in Virginia Beach. And I won't be going there this year. I decided to, like, I was kind of classed out for a while. I had, okay, enough classes. I'm pretty good now. So, this will be, if we do this, this will be my retreat for the year. So Dave and I are going on a cruise in the first week of August, so I know I can't do it then. That's finally our belated, almost 6 years married, and that'll be finally our honeymoon trip. I don't know if you guys remember, but right before we got married, the month before, my dear sister-in-law Janine was diagnosed with her cancer, and she battled for 9 years, and we lost her. At the same time, my dad was going downhill, and we lost him 7 weeks after her, and my uncle in between the two. That was in 2010. We got married in 2009. And then we had my mom with us every weekend for a year and a half until she kind of found her new normal and was able to function okay on her own most of the time. And so we had trips planned, and we had to keep canceling them. And for one thing or the other. So anyway, we're finally getting there to go. We are, let's see, where are we going to, Jean? We fly out of Miami, fly down to Miami, cruise out of Miami, and we go to Turks and Caicos, Aruba, Curacao, Dominican Republic. There's another one. I think it's, is it Belize? No, that's too far. It's like trying to name the 7 dwarfs. I can never remember the 5th island, but it's an 8-day cruise. And a bunch of our friends and their friends are going, so it should be a lot of fun. If not, I will make it fun. Or bust. So, yeah. So I can't do it then. That's my point. Yeah, Rain, stuff happens. If this cruise wouldn't have come up with our friends saying, hey, do you guys want to go? I don't know that we'd still be going. And, you finally just have to, let's just stop and go on a flipping cruise or something. I've been on a couple. Dave's never been on one. He's always wanted to go. So that was another reason we thought it was a good time to try it. I don't know if I like that there. I don't think I'm ready for that piece yet. So, yeah. There you have it. I'm just going to tear some of this. Oh, look how nice that tears. You tear real nice paper. Not so great that way. Dave's not great. He's not keen on traveling outside the country that much. Where I've been to Europe a few times and I love it. It's expensive though, or I would go again. But, that's almost too many PBO circles. I can't believe I said that out loud. Is there such a thing really as too many PBO circles? I think not. I don't think so. I'm just going to slap that there. And, You know, I'll probably go over it again, so nothing's permanent when I collage. I'm telling you. Out to England by boat. Good Lord. That's a haul. I bet that was a cool experience. Oops, I'm going to flip that around and get that straight edge. Oh, they're neither one are straight. What the hell am I talking about? I ripped it. Oh, don't you remember? You just did that seconds ago. It's like my brain's shutting down now that I'm thinking about the collage. It's a little spooky. Eileen, when you were at the Maritime Museum, what were your class sizes? Yeah, what were the class sizes and who taught there? Whew, had to put the heater on now. I'm having a hot flash and can't hardly get it off quick enough. Linda, I hope you packed appropriately for your excursion to the grocery store. I need a card. Oops. I moved stuff around again the other day, and now I can't find the damn thing. There we go. I'm going to need a makeup sponge later. Okay, anyway, from 10 to 25 art doll teachers from all over the U.S. or fiber artists from England. Oh, my friend Donna would like to go to that. Fiber artist. She loves some fiber. She makes some really cool stuff that she is doing felting. She's even done, you guys saw her. She streamed with us one day when it was me, Ellen, and Donna streaming. She did different cards, but she does felting, and she's made some felted cards that are awesome. I'm going to get a little of this in the mix. I love me some stark black and white, but I'm going to cut this. If I can cut straight, and if I can't, I'll abandon that and rip the sucker. Maybe it would be more interesting if I ripped it anyway. So we wouldn't have to have, you know, a huge number of people to commit then, probably, Paula, if the class sizes were 15 to 25, or 10 to 25 people. I don't know if the pricing's any different, or... Do you remember what the pricing for the sleeping rooms, Eileen, what the pricing was, or the situation is where they like rooms to share, that people could share and cut down on expenses, or... Your naughty bits. Linda. Does she... She does go to the Maryland Sheep and Wool. That's her favorite day of the year, is when she goes to the Sheep and Wool. Do you go to that, AJ? Where do you live, by the way? Oh, she would have loved that. If they got bunk beds, Paula, I need a lower bunk. I'm just saying. I got to get up and pee too many times, and the old knees just ain't going to handle it. Carrie already claiming your roommate. wow. And was it reasonable? Price-wise, would you say? So a lot of us normal folk would be able to. Heat gun! When we go to stamp camp, there's double rooms. Actually, they're made for triples, but it's a single bed, and then there's a set of bunks that's got a single on the top, but it's a little bit bigger on the bottom, but it's not a double. I don't know what the hell that's called. Sleeping with a Harley? Gene, is there something I don't know? There you go, Carrie. That's a good excuse. And that included your instruction, the venue, the food, and the room? Shoot, that's a good price. All right, Jean's just putting it out there. She's a loud snorer. Actually, Jean, I would run them all out of there, but now that I have a CPAP machine, it's impossible for me to snore. And the little hum of the machine kind of lulls everybody to sleep that's ever shared a room with me. Well, yeah, that stamp camp when we go to, you guys heard me talk about, not other than 30 seconds ago, but I think I told you guys about how we can just leave our stuff out there. I don't know how the Maritime Museum set up, Eileen, but you know, I'll get Donna, and I were talking about maybe doing something like that at some point. Maybe I'll get her in on this deal with me to work it down if we could do something local here. Yeah, just get a room block for sure. I tell you what, Jean, when I got my CPAP, that made a world of difference. I was so tired and weak and had headaches like every day, and I thought, what the hell? And I couldn't sleep. I have insomnia on top of that, and I was literally dragging my butt out of the bed every morning to get up to go to work. And I went in, it's probably 2.5 years ago now. I had knee surgery. They scoped one of my knees. And it was outpatient surgery, and they came into my little area and said, we're going to keep you overnight because your oxygen level's not recovering like it needs to for us to be able to let you go. I thought, son of a, that's okay. So I stayed overnight. So finally, yep, Jean, that's it. If you sleep 2 or 12 hours, it doesn't feel any different. So here was the deal. Maybe I'm not there yet. So anyway, I go in for the sleep study, and you know, they hook you up to all these electrodes and all this crap, and then they kind of monitor you and watch you sleep all night long. So then it prints out like 800 pages of a report, apparently, and the doctor reads that report and gets back to you and decides whether you're a candidate or not. And then you go back to repeat the test, and they with a CPAP machine, and they adjust it and tweak it while you're sleeping to see, you know, if they can get you to a good level. So come to find out, when the test results came back, they call it an what do they call it? An episode, an instance, and I don't know. But every time that you stop breathing for 10 seconds or more, that's considered whatever, an episode or whatever. So the times that you stop sleeping for like 9 seconds, they don't even count. It's got to be 10 seconds or more. And I stopped sleeping 54 or 56 instances per hour. That means every minute I stop breathing for at least 20 seconds. I mean, I'm sorry, at least 10 seconds. And my oxygen level, you know, you should put the little thing on your finger. You're supposed to be saturated to 100%. 64%. The doctor said, if you were in the OR, we would be resuscitating you at 64%. Oh, sweet Jesus, give me a machine. So anyway, I got the machine. Love it. Rain laughs in her sleep. Oh, Carrie, he would feel a world of difference with that thing. Some people just can't get used to it. My sister-in-law told me when I was going, oh my God, it was a terrible thing. She couldn't do it. Wasn't ever going to try it again and all this stuff. And I went in and I was like, I got up that morning. I said, you know what? I told the nurse, I said, get this shit off of me. I'm going to jog to my car. I feel so good. Yep. Yeah, they don't like it. They don't like to see it go that low, but mine was down to 64. Yeah, that's the problem with some people are claustrophobic with it and they can't do it. But I thought, I'm going to do it. If I blow out a lung, I'm going to do it. So it took me about 3 breaths to settle into it. I thought, I'm good. This is too wide. I'm going to cut this down a little bit more. That's too thick, I think. So, you got lectured? I get lectured a lot. I usually don't pay attention to it much. I don't want to cover everything. I want a little something sticking out there. I got to pay more attention. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing again. Yep, 68. That's not a good number either. This, since it's this deli, I learned my lesson the other day. I'm just going to lay this down. And then... Hey, Mickey! Oh, it wasn't deli that I did that with. It was tissue paper on that canvas. You remember that? When I went to brush it on and schmutzed up the stamped piece of paper on there. That was not good. I'm going to cut one of those off. I like to give it a little structure, even though I'm going to cut this puppy up, and put some vertical and horizontal lines in there, like hard, stark lines like that. Oh, hell. Cutting the paper. Not good. Get out there. Get out of there. And maybe a little hunk-a-doo down here. Yeah, I have the little, it's called a cannula, I think, like little nose pillows. It's the smallest hookup that they have. You have to be able to sleep with your mouth closed, though, to use it. Dang, it's not going to line up. There we go, we'll put it right there. Of course, I didn't paint on my stuff there. You know, I love the idea that you guys are doing, Paula and Dee Dee, with your drawings. Although this is not a group of rule followers, as we learned. I was not cheating. I was just prematurely joking about the drawing number the other night. I think I should probably do that as well. A water pillow. Patty, you're going to leave some of the background showing. I don't know, Dorothy, if I will or not. I wasn't wild about how it came out. I like it better when I just paint. You know what? I might do that. I might just paint some solid areas on there. I'm not liking the sketchiness for some reason. There's a whole lot of pattern going on here, and then the background of this. It's not wowing me, so I think I'm going to go back. What did I say? Why would you say that, Pat? Jamie! I don't know what I said. That Bless said, oh, what, joking about the about the little drawing. Put that brush out of my hand before I screw the whole works up here. And give me another one. There we go. I'm going to raindrop some of this out here. And I think that'll help pull some of the pieces I put down in a little bit better too. Didn't like the way that looks there for some reason. Not catching me eye. Oh, the rule following. Yes, got a problem with that sometimes. I might be ornery enough to try to pull a joke, but I would never cheat. See, I like it better already. Hey, CJ. Thank you. Glad you could join. We are collaging on watercolor paper, Jamie. And I'm covering up some of my original background. I brayered on some various colors of turquoise and some charcoal gray and some white. But it wasn't, it's not wowing me. So I'm doing away with that. See this, that bright turquoise, it is kind of too bright for that, I think. I want to do that muted palette, and that's what's in my little pea brain, and that's not so muted. So, bye-bye. Make you go bye-byes. There we go. Not a very good straight line painter either, but oh well. Patty, we need to see you use the food pen. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Of course, got to lay it out here. This is the one I have. It's called Otho Food Ball 1.5. That's the one I got. Good thinking, Eileen. Since you made me do this, you could at least remind me about stuff like that. I'm half tempted to leave a little bit of that on there. Since I'm out of paint, maybe I'll do that. Just leave that little schmutz right there. Okay. Put that in some water. Get this out of my way. Drink some cold coffee. The paint color is a chroma color by Joe Sonia, and it's called Raindrop. I get it at Dick Blick. Yes, Rain would remember that color. Alright, I'm going to heat gun this a little bit because it was a lot of paint going on there. Thanks, CJ. It's like my new favorite palette. Those muted turquoises when I usually like cobalt teal, which I love. But I'm on this muted kick here for some reason. I'm just gonna go with it. Oh, up here with flowers in bloom. That's my brush strokes of that charcoal gray and white that I use to press an impression on the shirts and the canvas that I did. You can see the paint through the white deli there in the check. See that? Not wild about that. I wanted some stark white in there. But I should have known it was going to do that. Thanks, Mickey. I know, I'm mellowing. Snap out of it. It won't last. That'll do for now. I think I want a little piece of this down here. Maybe a little tear there and a little tear, whoops, little tear there. Can I? Can I? Can I? Eh, good enough. An alpaca nose? What did I miss? I bet the people on YouTube were thinking, what in the hell is she talking about? Out of randomly, alpaca nose? Oh, God. There's a lot of texture in this piece of deli that I'm using. If you remember, and you were here to witness the process when I took a piece of deli on that, when I did that triangular canvas, I slapped really heavy brush strokes of this mural, thick mural paint in white, and this Golden's graphite gray, very random splashes of color on a piece of deli, piece of deli, and then I took that and used it as a transfer and wiped it on and pulled it off, and this was the remainder. Well, that white, I don't know if you can see, and the gray, it's thick and it dried with those little veining pieces showing you when you have that suction, when you pull paint apart, what it does. So that's kind of cool up close. Oh, up here. Oh, I see what you're saying. Or it looks like, what's that cartoon character's name? Yosemite Sam's mustache. Oh, Lord, I need to get out more. I truly do. Okay, You are welcome, CJ. I'm glad you got to join. Now, I gotta figure out, what do I want to do in there? More random brush strokes in here to kind of put it like here, here, and here. And remember, I'm going to cut this up into ATCs, so the whole composition is going to go to in the hand basket when I I don't know what you're snorting about, Rain, but I'm glad you're snorting. You know, it's all going to get cut up, so it's not going to really matter about the composition, but I still like to try to have some kind of composition as I'm doing it. It's just what I... Oh! How did I miss this? Hello, lover. Hello, Angel. Is that Cheryl, Angel? try to be nice, addressing everybody. Now we're going to give her hell for putting everybody's name in there. Yeah, I know. I don't know how I... Well, see, this will be more on top then. A little pictograph action. Maybe I can put a chunk of that in there. And then work from that, maybe. Get rid of the white. This is one of my patina prints. That's what I was talking about, Paula, when I said to you the other day about your patina prints when you were lifting up with black. And you had some of those lighter colors and some of that PBO on there. Reminded me of a patina print. Okay, so do I want to put a little piece in there, maybe? And a little piece over here. Yep. Work with me. Work with me. Oh, scan it before I cut it up, Rain? Yeah, I will. I hope I will. I have that Halo scanner. That thing's awesome. You guys remember that? My little mouse scanner? That reminds me, I've got to load that software on my new laptop I have. I haven't used my scanner for a while. I don't know why. Oh, because I was doing had that polymer clay run there for a while. Don't think those would scan very well. I have pictures of all of them, though. I can make another one, Bliss. Don't cry. Get down there. All right. A little flash of that. The Halo scanner works great, Jean. It really does, and it's a little mouse. Did you ever see me stream that before? I thought I streamed it, or I did. I'm sure I did. Months ago, when I first got it. I don't even know what recording it was in now, to tell you the truth. But, yeah, that thing really works nice. Really, really nice. Maybe I'll put a little chunkaroo over here. Very precise method. Yeah, I thought I did, Eileen. Keep me straight. Keep me honest. It really works great. The trick to it is, if you are scanning a very flat painted or printed image, like perfection every time you do it. If you're scanning something like this collage is going to end up, the texture that's in here, if you can imagine dragging the mouse over it, you're going to get a little bump here and there. When it does that, it's going to stop reading that area but you can go back over it and try to reread it, and you'll see all the bits that you scanned on your screen as you scan it. Once it connects, it makes a connection to the pattern, it snaps that picture right into place. It's so cool how it works. And the reason I got it is because I wanted to start scanning some of my work, and you can't scan this on an 8.5 by 11 scanner and get the whole piece in there. And I didn't want to invest in, and really couldn't afford, one of the bigger flatbed scanner things. I know, Eileen, right? Why did I bring her at the beginning? I don't know. It just kind of, like, who was saying that, Rain? It's a warm-up. Just getting my juices flowing. I do not know why I scanned it, because it is gone. You know what? I might put a little chunk down here, too. Even though it's close. When I cut it up, it'll be a little bit somewhere else. I'll save it. Maybe I'll do something else. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, basically. It is, Paula. And it was, I got it from QVC, and you can get them I think you can get it on Amazon. It's called a Halo, is the brand name, and it's a mouse, and it's got like a glass viewing window on the bottom of the mouse, and it looks at what you're rubbing it on and puts that image on your screen. And when I scanned some collages, that I took a thin lid and took a thin dip of Golden's fluid acrylic in fine gold metallic, put circles on it, then I printed it out on my $100 HP printer. The paper that it printed out looked like it was metallic on the paper, and that is what blew me away about that thing. It was really took a crisp, clear image. And I had some collages I've had to go over like 10 or 15 times to get it without bouncing. And you're on a clock. Once you start scanning, I don't know what the time limit is, 1.5 minutes maybe, I don't know. You've got that much time that it's going to let you fill up that page with scanned image. And if the clock runs out, it's going to stop and give you like that much of what you scanned. So, you know, when you run into the places where you have, you know, little bumps and bits where you have to realign and go back, that's chewing up your clock. So by the time you realize where all those bumps are and are able to get one full scan in, it takes you quite a few tries, but man, that's like, baby is nice once you get it in there. Then you can use it for all sorts of stuff. You know what I think I'm going to do right here? I tell you what I think I'm going to do right there. I think I might put a little pictograph down here. Hey, Denise. Hey, Jim, how are you? My buddy Jim's on. Jean, put in Halo mouse scanner and see if that works. Yeah, I got mine on QVC. But I'm pretty sure somebody told me they got one on Amazon. There you go. Thanks, CJ. That must be the QVC link. I want to say we're 70 or 80 bucks or something like that. And if you want to scan anything, it was well worth it. I mean, you could do like your old family photos to get them digitized and all that kind of stuff. Let me see what I got going on here. Now that's going to show. I had an idea. You know what? I'm just going to do it and see if it works. Amazon. Oh, Rain, did you find it on Amazon? Halo mouse scanner. Yep. Looks like the link. How much are they now on there? $70. See? Going down. Clearance. $59.95. There you go. Such a deal. Get a little pictographage going in here, right, Paula? Pictographage. Put a little string of, Lord knows what these things say. I saw a piece of paper, decorative paper one time that had a similar image, and I was really intrigued by it, so I just started drawing stuff that looked kind of like their things. Oops. So this is where you take that tulip 3D paint and put thick layers of matte medium over it on something like this thick plastic or a sheet protector, and then let it set up and dry, and then you got a sheet of this 3D stuff. So I'm going to try to get a... Very tricky though. You do not want this to stick to itself because that's a permanent move. That's a one-way ticket if you do that. Let me tell you. So I wanted to see the pictographs underneath of this is what I was going for. Let's see. Will that work anywhere? Maybe not. And then that blue that I want to have showing will show through. Let's just do some over here. And I'm not going to do the back of this with the matte medium because, like I said, this stuff is sticky, and when you let it touch itself or matte medium, one-way ticket, people. That's kind of cool. Patty, can you give me the complete name for the 3D paint? The 3D paint. Denise, I'm drawing a blank. I don't know what you mean by the 3D paint, huh? Tell me more. You mean the PBO paints with the shimmer in them, maybe? I'm going to watch the stream and watch for your answer. See if I can help you out. Oh, duh, the 3D paint that's in my hand. Sweet Jesus. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Yes, it's the tulip. And the little squirt bottle, like a Glossy Accents comes in, but bigger. You can get them at Michael's. And you just take a sheet protector. This had a test stencil way back when. Ooh. And so I used this because that's what I had close when I went to do it. And you take the black or white or whatever color you want to do it with. Don't laugh at me, people. Very sensitive. Yeah, Paula, I know. Got our own little language. I know what I mean, but do you know what I mean? Probably not. So you make all the squiggles, however you want them, in the black in this instance. Let it dry overnight. And then come back and put maybe 3 coats of matte medium over it. And I think I used matte this time instead of gloss. Next time I'll use gloss. And let that cure for a couple of days. And then, the one my hands on. What 3D paint? I don't know what you're talking about. Sweet Mary. Telling you. Yeah, and then you can just peel it up. This one's actually coming off. I must have put 3 or 4 coats on this one because usually you can't handle it like this. And once it bends, and you know what, I'll show you. I'll cut a little piece off of here that's like a sacrificial piece because it's kind of schmutzed. Yeah, I think it is a fabric paint, actually, Denise. Let Where's my jars of that stuff? Hang on, let me see if I have one handy. Oh Lord, I got an electric cord wrapped around my chair leg. Ah. Here we go. Hang on. Here we go. This stuff, Tulip Slick. Dimensional fabric paint. Correctamundo. That's the stuff. But I have a thicker coat of this stuff, but once you, here's a little piece. Once you fold this and it touches itself, yeah. And now see, this is coming apart, making a liar out of me. It must, maybe it was the brand I used, or that it was thicker so it's more substantial. But some of it was real fine, and the wind and the air would just move it and it just goes snap, and then it was done. There was like a ball of stuff. But yeah, did you get it now, Denise? Which one you need, hon? There you go. Okay, great. Yeah, it's cheap stuff. I got it at Michael's. It's a cheap chip. So let's see. I want to put another little hunkaroo in here somewhere. Let's go like this. Lay that back on here. And when I get like big areas of just this clear stuff, I don't want it to show up on my paper. I'm just going to cut that out. So the least little bit of that stuff is going to show there. There, I can make it look like that came right off of that line. No, maybe not. Crap. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. Oh, Jean, did you find one that you can get up there now? The scanner mouse? All right, little heat gun action. What clear plastic is the fabric drizzle paint on? Oh, that's just a little Ziploc baggie that an old stencil came in. I usually would use like a sheet protector, but when I did that one, I didn't have it handy, so I just slapped it on whatever it wouldn't stick to. As long as it's some kind of plastic like that, it would work. How much more, Jean? Oh. Oh, you know what, Jean? That's not a mouse pad. That is well, it kind of is. But what it is it's like, here's your mouse pad, but it's got an attached clear, like a page protector thing, where you would put your piece of art in there, lay the clear over it to make it slick, and then scan over it. So it kind of is a mouse pad, but it's not really using it as a mouse pad. It's a surface to put the art on with a clear sheet over it. The problem with that is that it'll fit about half of the size. Yeah, that is what they call it. I remember what it is now. So let me have a little look-see at a distance and see what we got here. I need I need a little something else going on here. Oh, my hands are cold again. Have another hot flash to warm them up. Trimming off some of this excess white. I see the alpaca nose now very clearly when I pulled it away from me. Like, oh, look, an alpaca nose. I know. I read that too, Jean, about how it was rated so low. And I bet it's when you get to that point where it skips, you got to really work with it to get the feel of it. But once you do, man, that sucker is, I like it. That's just me. Of course, nobody ever accused me of being exactly right, but I don't care. I'm me. Oops. Hello. There's a little extra pictographage in here. Paul, you see a purse? Not supposed to be looking at purses. That's one of my weaknesses. Oh my God, I used to have a very serious purse problem. But I have gotten a grip on that. And actually, when I was in Boca a couple years ago for work, we got about a 2-hour break one day, and somebody wanted to ride over to the Nordstrom rack. And I went with them, and I got this purse down there that I still carry today. And then a bunch of the girls at work were getting Louis Vuitton Neverfull bags. And I looked at them like $1,100. I thought, that's never going to happen. So I found a used one, previously loved one, on eBay. And I got that for a quarter of the price, probably. And I have, so those are like my two I go back and forth with now. And I've sold and consigned a lot of my other ones because I thought, you know what, this is ridiculous. What the hell am I doing? I'm trying to think of where, when I ATC this bad boy, where I might get a little pictograph on each one of the sections, maybe. So, whoops, look out. It may look like I'm putting too many down or not logically placed, but that's what I'm trying to keep in mind when I'm doing it. Okay, this chat rolled up. Is Paula out there buying a purse? Okay, let me take one more rummage through my papers here and see if there's anything else I feel. Oh, you know what? Here's the one that inspired the whole collage, and I haven't used any of it yet. Call me simple-minded. Let's see. Oh, art supply. You might have something there, Denise. An art supply consignment shop. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. You might want to try to trademark that or get the website artshopconsignment.com. Grab it before somebody else does. Let's see here. I do want to get a little slice of this in here somewhere. Where would you go? Let me put you over here where I can see you from a distance. Love you from afar. Too big. But I don't want to lose. I like that big circle, but I can add another big circle. Let's go this way. See what happens. There are a couple Facebook pages where they have people selling their art supplies. What the heck is the name of the one of them I'm on? Art Supply Addicts, maybe? Art Supply Junkies? Art Supply Junkies as a Facebook group. I sold, I think that's where I sold my pan pastels. You know, going to make a bold move. Oh, I used to have a shoe thing too. Okay, so purses and shoes and art supplies and earrings. But I had to abandon the shoe fetish. I had chemo kind of screwed up my tootsies. And it can make you lose your nails, like it can make you lose your hair. And I had, Patty, read the Facebook group message. At that Art Supply Junkies page, Denise. I want to try to show some of this gray on either side of this, and I don't want to cover up all this. So I'm kind of... Oh, what the hell, just slap her down there. Oh, but anyway, yeah, I had a whole lot of setting up for our group to show pics of their work. Oh, you're going to set one up, Denise? For our group? That'd be cool. You can use my Inky Obsession page if we want to throw stuff out there, but then I don't want to hog all the good stuff. Oh yeah, that would be a good idea. Ah, the wrong gym. Okay, what am I doing? Give me a moment. I refer to something here. Okay. I want to add, oh, where to put it, where to put it. Where are you? A little stamp. This is my, I think this is a bullseye stamp. It's on one of my stamps. Oh yeah, closed group. They couldn't use my page then. pictograph stampage. All right. My brain took a pause there for a minute. I'm going to whip out some silver, Golden's Fluid Silver Iridescent Fine. And let's heat gun this puppy one more time. Heat gun. You know, I can't get my head around Twitter so much. I just I don't use it very often, and it's confusing to me somehow as much as I use computer and different things, and it's just like, I don't know. I'm very confused by Twitter. I try. I know you do love Twitter, Jean, and I try to, it doesn't seem logical to me. Like when you go to look at a thread, I was like, who said what first? And it doesn't make sense to me one way or the other. Tweet deck? Oh Lord. And tweet caster. I'll have to remember those, which I will not do. I love Facebook, but when I see anybody that gets like too much drama or stupid crap that shouldn't even be on there, unfriend. I make no bones about it. Don't want it around me. Ain't gonna have it. Don't want to look at it. Bye-bye. Just saying. It's still wet. I had a little bubble under there. How rude. Yeah, no kidding, Paula. Who needs that? Oh, big girl, I'm not playing with that crap. Now, I need to get a little more concentrated marks on here for, again, visualizing it being cut up into little cards. I had some. Did I use that anywhere? I thought I was going to use that and I didn't. Shut up. I had some stark black and white little stripes, I thought. Alright, hang on. Let me get these over here. Hold that thought. Here it is. That's what I'm going to do. I don't want to cut up the page. Oh, but I must. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to take my stripes and I'm going to make some circles out of them. I'm going to add some of that stripage. Can't go wrong with a little black and white stripage. Stripage, 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 stripage. Oh, that didn't cut so clean, did it? Oh, we're leaving this to my steady hand, tongue in cheek. And let's get one big mambo jumbo stripe in there. Ew, get in there. Oh, look how cute you are. I really like that stark black and white over anything. I really, really do. Makes it pop, I think. A little papa. Never hurt anybody. Denise, I think if I'm not mistaken, this is the paper, and I'm hoping it doesn't smear with the ink that I used. I think I printed it on a LaserJet printer. I'm not positive now, but I just made it. I made the stripes in a what do I have? That Photoshop Elements, and I made a lot of little skinny black rectangles, and then duplicated them down the page and spaced them appropriately, and then came up with the whole sheet and printed them out so I could use them. It's just on printer paper. So let's see what we're talking about here. Now here's the question. Where does this bad boy go, and which orientation does it go? Or does it go at all? I do too, Denise. It's just that... Where the hell am I going to put it? I just have to play with these for a while and see what feels right. So, maybe up there and down there a little bit. Too much talking and not enough doing. Hang on. Get my brush back out here. Thanks, Angel. Yeah, Jean's got a marine God bless them. All right. We are about to see if this is on the right kind of printer or if I'm going to get a whole lot of smearing going on. Let's see if that looks straight to me. All right, I'm going to go easy and in one direction in case this does smear. I'm going to try to stay the white on the white and the black on the black. But I don't think it's smearing. I think I did print this on the right printer on LaserJet. Oops, what the hell? Where's my other circles? Alright, should I put these down the middle maybe? Over here instead of off that edge? And I'll maybe go the opposite direction. Again, with the composition thing I'm worried about, and they are going to be chopped up. All right, good enough. This jar is so deep and there's just a little bit left in there that it's, I gotta blindly go and I come up with nothing, then I go and I got it up to here. Now, do I want to switch it? I think I'm going to switch it. Switch her up. Whoops. My thing is when you're using something like this with that straight line, you can really see when it's a little cattywampus. Yes, I said cattywampus. I've been watching the chat. What's going on over here? Oh, we're still talking about the military relatives. That's nice. You should be acknowledged. Every time, you know, whenever I'm out anywhere, just day before yesterday in a grocery store, there was a man behind me in line to the grocery store in, I guess they were, he was Navy, but they were camouflage, but it was the blues, so I think he was Navy, but I always, you know, thank them for their service, and he said, "You are most welcome, ma'am. Thank you for your support." And I thought that was just really sweet. But I always do that. Yeah. Get a little woohoo. My dad was in World War II, Rain. He was in the Army Air Corps. He was a radio man in a B-29 that flew over the Pacific. My dad, it was so funny. God bless him. I really miss him. He'll be gone 5 years this July. But I took him to see Memphis Belle when it came out. And of course they were B-17s and over Germany. He was in a B-29 over the Pacific. But you know, he could relate. So we went to see that. And if you remember the story of Memphis Belle, they were all sent home with honorable discharges and decorated after they flew 25 missions. Well, my dad flew missions, you know, and I thought, and I said, how did that go? Hang on a second. I knew he only, oh, that's what it was. I knew he flew 13 missions. And I said to him, I said, "Hey, Daddy, how come you only flew 13 missions?" And he said, he used to call me Shug, short for Sugar Plum. He said, "Well, Shug, the war ended and they frowned on me taking the plane after that." Oh, God bless him. bacon. Your uncle was in World War II and saved by his pencil? I used to work for, my dad was a ham operator too. We used to have a whole setup in our basement with a big tower out back. Oh yeah, Vicky, he was a scream. He and my brother and I would get to laughing so hard. I thought one time I was going to have a brain hemorrhage just from laughing so hard. It was a riot. Somebody was talking about subs before for a while, in the early, was it 90, 91? I worked for the Navy in Crystal City, Virginia for the nuclear sub group, and for the Los Angeles class subs. It was Rickover, if anybody knows anything about the submarine service. Admiral Rickover, he was the legendary whack job of an admiral. And that was a really fun group to work for. But it was a 2.5 hour commute to get there and back. So I was like 5 to 6 hours on the road. How is my recording time? I got 45 minutes left. I'm good till 10 o'clock. And that was a really fun job. Fun group of guys to work for and work with. You know, I wonder if I can put a little sliver of something like that. Maybe down here to break that up a little bit. No, it doesn't really look right there. Break up the alpaca nose. I don't know why I'm going to do that, but I am. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I don't know the answer. I just want a little bit more shimmeries in there when I cut this up. Thanks, Anita. That was, I only did that commute a couple years, AJ, and I was out of there. I thought, screw this. Ooh, at the time, that was in my previous life, and my ex-husband and I had our sport fishing boat. We lived in Fredericksburg, kept the boat in Hatteras, which was a 6-hour car drive south of Fredericksburg, and I worked north in Crystal City, outside of DC. I would get up at 3:30 a.m., get on the van at 5:30 a.m., start to work at 8, get off at 4, and make the same trek back, and usually get home by like 6:30. And yeah, do that Monday through Friday, and then Friday night I'd get out of the van, we get in our truck, Suburban that we had at the time, and head 6 hours south to Cape Hatteras, which I loved. But sweet Mary, by the time we did that from like February, and down in there it's a lot warmer with the influence of the Gulf Stream. February to Thanksgiving every year. By August I was ready to shoot myself. Oh, in Woodbridge. Oh my gosh, I know exactly where Woodbridge is. Walter Reed, that's where Dave's mom passed away. We used to always go to the craft show oh no, Woodbridge. I'm thinking of Occoquan. Sorry, but it's close. I think I'll drop that over here to get a little pictograph on this little piece when I cut it up. Oh, you're a little crooked there, pictograph. Work with me. Don't make me have to manhandle you, because I will. Oops. Got a little pictograph. See, I like that little shimmery sliver down there. Yeah, right. Next door is Occoquan. Did you ever go to the craft show that they have there? It used to be, let's see if I remember right. It was either the first or the last weekend of June and the first or the last weekend of September. They shut down the streets of the little town and have all the vendors set up out there. Yes, I love that. I used to go there with my friend Debbie. You remember Debbie? She was on the screen, on the stream last time, Horse Whisperer from Australia. She used to live in Fredericksburg, and that's where we met in the late 80s, I guess. Yes, they are, Jim. They're my stamps, and they match my stencils. Yep, they sure are. I gotta put it, walk away. Yeah, I got some more stuff I want to add in there. A little bit here, a little bit there. Do I want to put you there? I don't think so. I don't think so. But I do want to put another little shiny strip. I really like how that looks, actually. I like that little pointy tear that it came down to. I think I'm going to put something like that. Where? Here? Maybe? I'll let it come through that circle. Yep, gonna do it. I gotta just do it. I gotta stop thinking about it. Just slap it the hell down there and get her done. Time's a ticking, baby. Let that interrupt that circle a little bit. Hour and a half from DC. Where are, Mickey, is that you saying that? Where are you? I'm about 45 minutes from DC. And one more. One more, please. I like this, but I don't like that sharp edge right there. I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to tear this way. Yeah, Jean lives she lives one street over. That was so funny when we found that out. She was going to buy some of my stamps on Etsy. And I think that's how we figured it out, Jean. And I said, why don't you just save your shipping? You're one street over. Come over and pick them up. And she did. Thank you, Jim. Let's see. What am I going to do with you? A little pretty piece of stuff here. Gotta set it away. Up there, maybe? That might be interesting. It's going to interfere with this 3D stuff. We'll see how that works. We won't know till we do it, will we? Okay. All right. I'm going to stop collaging right now, stopping with layers. Oh, I thought she said she was 1.5 hours from DC. Oh, I missed the West Virginia. Is that near anywhere near Harper's Ferry, Mickey? That is Mickey, right? Yeah, that's Mickey. Pecan. Somebody get a birthday? Gigi, say happy birthday. Procter & Gamble? Was that P&G? See, I have some areas where I haven't done anything, like over here and in here. But I got a plan in my little head. I can't get enough of these darn pictographs. I think I've used them in everything that I've done in the last, I don't know how long. Oh, real? And where is that? Where are they building that? The super plant, Mickey? And surely not in Harper's Ferry. Okay, now I'm finally going to use the silver I pulled out a while ago. And I'm going to make a little stamping plate here. And I'm wiping my silver finger on my lucky art shirt. Notice it's another one. The other one was green. And we got a blue one. And I got them of all colors. Okay, we're going in with some pictographs, silver paint on my stamp, and we're just going to have at it somewhere. Let's go. I don't know why you're calling to me, but I feel the need to put you right there. And we'll put you right there. And maybe put a little bit up here in this plain spot on the dark little bit. A little bit up. Ooh, there's a little too much paint on that one. Ooh. Wipe that on my shirt. Get another design out of here. Let's say this one. I'm going to smooth this paint out a little bit again. Oop. Let's see. Can I get that on there? Kind of, sort of. And remember, this is all getting cut up, so the person who gets this little piece has no idea what's going on up here. Okay, I think I'm good with all that. I don't want to go too pictograph crazy. Is it possible? I used to be a cougar, Rain. Used to be a cougar. Don't talk about that much anymore. Alright, let me get over here to my little... Let's try my new... that's kind of small. Hang on. Try that. Maybe a little bit of this. Well, Rain, if you've been married 22 years and never had a fight, you are doing something wrong. I'm just kidding. Dave and I rarely have a disagreement, and it's never a crazy, screaming, mad, idiotic thing. Been there. That's why I have an ex-husband. Big girl don't play that crap anymore. I'm too old. I got better things to do, people. A little silver poppage of circles on here and there. Oops, that wasn't much of one. All right, and I'm thinking, do I want to do this and use some of this paint? Possibly. Let's see how this comes out. Scrape some of this up here in a pile. This isn't going to dry nearly enough for me to finish this tonight, but I will finish and post pictures on my Facebook Inky Obsessions page. I'll put some stills out there. A little bit of circlage and dottage. Let's see. All right, need a little bit of black, something here. Put my little marks on here and there. Yep. Oh, sweet Jesus, that scared me. Did you hear that cash register sound? Oh, that's my Etsy shop. Wine Country Jim, was that you, you little rascal? Thank you so much. Oh. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you love them. Did you get the pictograph ones? It's Etsy cha-ching. That blasts me out of my chair every time it happens. I'm buying drinks tonight, people. They're going to be cut into, oh, cool, Jim. Thank you. You're going to love them. Oh, that's what I wanted to do in black. Sweet Moses. I just remembered. I got the attention span of a gnat. I'm going to cut them into ATC sizes. So every time somebody buys something, I put a little chunk in their order when I ship it, and Jim might just be getting a chunk of this in his order. So I wanted to stamp on some. I'm going to go with the big one. I don't know what I was thinking, because in my head I pictured that I wanted to do this. Ooh, that was a lot. This is Blick Acrylic. Dick Blick brand, obviously. And I thought I'd try it. It's cheap. It's, I forget the price. That's got to be 16 ounces. Doesn't even say? How can that not say? That's not right. It does not say. That's a good 16 ounces. And it was, I know it was, well, I think it was about $6. I don't remember. So remember I got this out. Oh, and I got this out too. I forgot about this. Sweet Moses. All right. Oh, I don't need to do that yet. On the shirt. Jim, were you on earlier when you like recipes? When I was, I always see those yummy desserts you post. Oh, Lord. Were you here when I was talking about one of the apps I made for the party we had here last night for my retiring boss? The bloomin' onion bread. I think you would like that recipe. All right, let's see. Where am I going with this? Maybe I do need the smaller one. So you take a loaf of, I'm going to pause and let this, I'll heat gun while I tell you the recipe. Take a loaf of sourdough bread and cut it crisscross in like maybe half-inch slices this way and then this way, but not all the way through the bread so it stays together. And have you ever been to Outback and have a bloomin' onion, how they cut those onions and all the little onion fingers stick up? I know, bless, I'm doing it again. Getting hungry, that's why. You cut the bread like that. You take a block of Monterey Jack and cut off slices and stick those in all the little crisscross cracks and down in the holes. And then you melt 2 sticks of butter, some salt, pepper, garlic, a couple teaspoons of poppy seeds, and a half a cup of very thinly sliced green onions. Melt that down and pour it over top of the whole thing. Wrap it in foil, 15 minutes, take it out, unwrap it, another 10 minutes. Oh, mama. Jim, tell me if you missed any of that recipe and I'll come with the ad that you got stuck with and I'll tell you again. Oh, a paint run, Carrie. Ho, ho, ho. I didn't even clean and I might go on a paint run. Uh-oh. Gotta say it again. Poor Jim. Sourdough bread, whole loaf. Cut it about half-inch slices all down this way, right? And then turn it 90 degrees, go this way. So you have all those little fingers of bread sticking up like a bloomin' onion at Outback. And then you melt 2 sticks of butter, 2 teaspoons of poppy seeds, a half a cup of thinly sliced spring onions, salt, pepper, garlic. Mix that all up, pour it over top. And wrap it in foil, bake 15 minutes at 350, then open it. Open the foil and bake it for another 10 so the cheese melt. Oh, I forgot. Before you pour on the butter, you take a block of Monterey Jack cheese, cut that into thin slices, and shove it down in between all the cracks of the bread that you've cut open. Pour the butter all over it, and then you bake it like that. 15 minutes wrapped, 10 minutes unwrapped. Yummy. It's really good. And even after it hardens up overnight, and we wrapped it up in foil, and saran wrap last night, what was left over. We microwaved some today for like 25 seconds. I think it was even better today. There's not much left. When am I coming to Ottawa? Sadly, I don't think I am. I talked to the team leader for the event that's going on for us in May and June. And I do not think that my help is going to be needed this trip. But that doesn't mean that won't change. But as of right now, I don't have any trips on the horizon. It was really good, Jim. Hello. Maybe I should have used the bigger one. I don't know. Oh, Lord, everything's stuck to everything else. No trips planned to California either, Jim. The only trip we have planned is our cruise. Oh, and we were talking earlier, Jim, Paula and I, Journal Artista, we're talking about trying to do some sort of a kind of a mini, not really a retreat, but a getaway for all of us to go and have time to work and play together. Not garlic. I put in fresh garlic. Actually, I shouldn't say fresh garlic. It was real garlic that's cut up and chopped and you buy in a jar, so it's prepared already. It's chopped, but it was real fresh garlic. It wasn't just garlic powder. Salt, pepper, garlic, poppy seeds, spring onions, and butter. I'm going to title this. I'm going to title this stream "Bloomin' Onion Bread Recipe." 3 hours worth of it. Oh, God. You're killing me, Smalls. Oops, too much paint, Paula. I did the same thing you did. Getting a little crazy, but I still know something that I got to do. All right, enough of that. Another thing that I want to do. Oh yeah, the retreat. I'm telling you, squirrel. Yeah, so we're talking about doing something where we can maybe all meet somewhere and have some group playtime and, you know, maybe have some classes kind of thing and have some fun and maybe have classes or a few days or playtime a few days and then have a free day where we can take a little bus trip and go shopping. And Eileen was mentioning a maritime museum that's actually right here near me, and she's been there for for retreats before, like 5 times. And I think, Eileen, you're from Boca, right? Aren't you in Boca? That pen's not going to do it. That's not enough. Not enough pennage there for that. No, not yet. I'm going to. That's the foodie. This is a Montana marker. I wanted to get kind of a bold stripe around these circles. I need to pop these puppies out there a little bit more. Oops. Not such a steady hand. I try to do it perfect. It doesn't work. I should just like whip it around there and whatever happens, happens. Night, CJ. Night, Dorothy. Thanks for joining. Oops. Got a little off track there. But this will, here's the foodie, right? The food ball. Where are we? 1.5. Otho, OTHO is the brand. This baby writes on everything. I don't know. I need something, but I don't know what I need. What do I need? But let me give you a little, for instance here. See these little silver circles I put here with that little dauber? Right? Oh my God, you guys are talking about that recipe again. 15 covered, 15 covered, 10 uncovered is what the recipe said. However, I think I went 20 uncovered because at 10 uncovered, maybe I had the cheese cut too thick. It wasn't quite melted. Anyway, food ball, paint. This is Collage print. Oh, what's that called? Printer's paper, printmaking paper. The 70-pound stuff is what this turquoise paper is, and then there's paint dots on top of that. And here goes le food ball. One easy smooth stroke, and it's on there. It writes on anything. And this doesn't even feel completely dry yet, honestly. Hey, Vicky. Here, so I'll just do that to all these circles. Where did I put my circles? Here's some up here. Give them a little definition. Oh, I know what I need to do, I think. I wish they made this in white. Hello, food ball. We need a white one. That would be awesome. Would it not? Where's my white pen? You know what, Bliss? I don't know. Let's try her out. I'm going to put it up here and let it dry. I'll come back and sling water. Somebody's going to have to remind me, of course, because I can't. 10 seconds from now, I won't have any clue what I just did. Jim, I think I got this at Jet Pens. You probably can't see it on this camera. Otho, O-T-H-O, is the brand name. And it's a food ball 1.5. And actually, we were talking today on Polish Stream. Ranger's carrying them now. And they had blue, red, and black. But I think they were out of something. I don't know. Okay, I need to find a little bit of white pen here. Why is this a white pen and it's coming out black? Oh, I got black on the tip of it. Sweet mother of pearl. Alright, that's not going to work. Is this the one that'll work? That's not working at all. Okay, let's try... Oh, here we go. I think this is the one I want. Is there a store front, Jim, for Jet Pens out there? Good Lord, I go crazy in there. Oops. Well, let's see how this works. I just wanted to try to do a little bit of definition around these little black rectangles, make them pop out a little bit more. That's white on white. That doesn't do too much. But I felt it necessary to do it anyway for some reason. We don't have a Curry's either. How unfair is that? But I won't complain because I know you Martians, you don't get much action up there with the stuff we get down here, so I can't complain. Let's see about breaking this up a little bit up here with some white dottage. That looks kind of cool. Dotting that up a little bit. What new white pens? What's your favorite white pen? Like gel or ballpoint or whatever that's opaque. That makes a nice clean line and all that good stuff. Oh, I like that better with the little dots in there. Check your timing on your recording. 9 minutes. Rats. I'm going to dot these up too. Makes that a little bit more interesting, I think. Little dots there. Signo Uniball Broad. I don't have the broad. It's out of stock every time. I need to look at that. I must try that, I believe. Okay, I need to do something drastic on here. I think I need a little splottage. I'm feeling some splottage. But you know what? I think I want a little bit of black. Ooh, this is really thick paint now that I'm feeling this black. I'm going to smear that way out to get a little imprint on my stamp. I'm going to use this stamp too. I think somebody told me the Scarlet Lime, did they go out of business? All right, before I forget, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I just put water on my finger. That looks like that's staying put. I don't know if that's a fair test or not. Let's see, what am I doing up here? Something off the top on all this white up here. Just that little tiny bit right there, and a little tiny bit right there. Of course, the back's going to be all schmutzed up, but that's all right. And I think 6 minutes. I haven't fallen off the planet. I'm looking for something feverishly to get it in before we lose the recording here. I might have to go out of the big bottle. I think I'm going to go with some ink splottages. And I'll just use a, what do they call? A pipette. Do I have a pipette in my pipette department? Oh, look! Right in the pipette department. I know, Jim, we can spend your money, can't we? I feel it too. Lordy. Okay. I love this ink. This is one of my favorite inks. That's why I have it in the big bottle. The Daler-Rowney. It's a pearlescent, FW pearlescent called Waterfall Green. I'm going to do a little splottage with this green ink on here because it's called green, but it looks turquoise to me. I hope I'm not getting this all over my new computer screen like I did last time. Stop. I must stop. One more. Got a little bit more ink in there. Okay, of course I could squirt it back in the bottle, but does that occur to me? No. All right. I think I'm going to call that one done. And with 3 minutes to spare. So there we go. I don't want to tilt this too much because I don't want... Well, what if they run? So what? What's the big deal, right? It's going to get cut up. Nobody's going to sue me. Or are you? That's where I ended up. Right? Yes, Eileen. I wonder who that was. Oh, the pressure. Peer pressure. I never did succumb to it in high school, but now at 50, almost 58 next month. I can't take the peer pressure. Thanks, you guys, for joining me. It was fun. Hey, you know what? Let's do a drawing like Paula and Dee Dee have been doing. You guys want to do a drawing? Okay, I'm going to say we got 69 people. Let's say a number 1 through 70, go. And somebody help me watch this. Okay, stop. I don't even know what's going on. I turned my head. Now I don't know who wrote down what. Oh my gosh. Okay, I probably got a minute left. I wrote it down over here. I have no idea who's got what number. I wrote down 31. Can you see that? 31? Who's got 31? And before I lose the recording, email me ptolleyp@gmail.com. P-T-O-L-L-E-Y-P. Like Patti Tolley Parrish, P. Tolley P. 31, Jean. Oh, I know. Oops, forgot the one number only. Sweet Moses. I must have a couple minutes left. I didn't get my warning yet, unless it's because of my camera I'm not watching. Pam Callagher, 31. So email me, Pam. Send you a little rack. I picked 31 because the boat, one of the boats that we used to have, the last one was the big 35 Bertram. We had a 31 Bertram for years that was an awesome sport fishing boat. Oh, my camera icon's jumping. I think that means that's my 3-minute warning. Hang on, guys. Yep, 3-minute warning. So, thanks for joining me last minute, Eileen. I hope you're happy. Always fun, guys. I'm just going to keep heat gunning this for a second. Good night, Jim. Thanks again for the order. I appreciate it. Use the stamps and help, my friend. No, it's not PTP. It's P Tolley P. PTOLLEYP. At gmail.com. Hang on. Don't anybody go writing that in a train station in the men's room or anything. Okay, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend. Paula, I will see you tomorrow night. Thanks, everybody. And I'm going to look into that Maritime Museum business. Paula, email or Facebook me or email me and let me know what your thoughts are about that. Thanks, everybody. Still missing something. I don't know what it is. Will do. All right, guys. I'm going to shut her down before it shuts me down. I like being the one in charge. Yeah, save those air miles and save your nickels. Let's do this thing and have some fun. I think it would be a blast. And streaming for the people that can't make it, Gene. I think that's awesome. Bye, 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 bye. I'm out.